Hello world of gamers, Yogi Gamer, back behind the camera after a New Year's break. Happy New Year to everyone. Today we're looking at Nintendo 3DS and DS games. The DS, despite it being around when I was younger, in just about everybody's homes. My son had one, my sister had one, an ex-partner had one, they were everywhere. I only played a handful of games and I only managed to beat one, and that was The Legend of Zelda The Phantom Hourglass, which is one of my favourite Zeldas of all time. I recently picked up a 3DS a few months ago. I got an amazing bundle on eBay, 35 or so games, some of the best games for the handheld, and then I've slowly started to change it so that it looks like a collection of games that I actually want to own and play. There's quite a lot to get through. Hopefully I'll get through it in one video. Let's get started. Starting off with a game that really needs no introduction. This is Mario Kart 7. I've played small bits of it. It's the type of game that I play in between the games that take a lot of effort. Shinobi, a series that, again, really needs no introduction. It's been around for a long time. This is a platform slash hack and slash style of game. I've only played a small amount of it so far. Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. This is amazing. This is the only game that I've beat on the 3DS so far. I had a lot of fun with this game, and I can say that the 3D effects are amazing. If you can stand them, that is. Some people can't. This is a blast from the past because it is a continuation of the Super Nintendo game, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D. Unfortunately, this doesn't play very well on the original 3DS handheld, if that's the one that you have. It is much better suited to the one that they brought out later on with the C-stick control, and it may be the case that I have to invest in that so that I can actually play this game properly. Series that's been around for a long time as well, the Tales series. This is Tales of the Abyss. I really only picked this up just to see what this type of series can be like in 3D. I've only played a small amount of it so far. Super Mario 3D Land. Again, only played a small amount of it. This is a game that I am going to commit to at some point very soon because what I've played of it so far, it's quite unique. Nintendo really get it right when they, come out with all of these innovative ways to play games. Shanty and the Pirate's Curse. This is a series of games that's become very popular in recent times, even though it's been out for a long time. I've only played a small amount of this one so far. It's quite a simplistic platform puzzle game, and it will be on my list of games to play very soon. Super Mario 64 for the DS. This is a port of the Super Mario 64 from the Nintendo 64. I almost completely forgot there. I didn't play this back in the day because I didn't own a Nintendo 64, and I've only played a small amount of it so far. Will I play it? Probably later on down the line. There's lots of Mario games in this collection. New Super Mario Bros. When my son had a copy of this many years ago, this is a game that I did play a lot of, but I don't remember if I actually beat it. I don't think I did. Brilliant game though. And the only one that I actually remember finishing on the DS back in the day, I bought this for an ex-partner of mine, knowing fine well that I was going to play it, and I did, and I was the one that beat it. The Legend of Zelda The Phantom Hourglass. It continued with the cel-shaded graphics of the Wind Waker, which annoyed a lot of people, but then people eventually came round to it, realizing that the graphics had no impact on the gameplay. This is an amazing game, especially if you use it on the original DS handheld, where you can use the microphone. It just adds so much fun to it. Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. I know absolutely nothing about this game. There are a few in this collection of Mario and Luigi together that I know absolutely nothing about, apart from little bits that I've read on Wiki and things like that. But they're all the type of games that I will play at some point, because these are like simplistic games that I can just play in between playing longer games. Oh yes. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. This has become the only Castlevania game that I've had any patience to play. I'm playing a lot of this at the moment. I can tell you that it is absolutely amazing. It's your typical old school style of Castlevania, platforming, very difficult at times, having to continually just go backwards and forwards through levels. It's just amazing, and you get to partner up with this girl. I can't remember the names of the people off the top of my head, even though I've been playing it a lot. But you get to partner up. It has a unique zapping system where you can swap between partners, or you can partner up at the same time to make some of the levels a little bit easier. And again, really needs no introduction. This is Bomberman. I've played quite a bit of this game because I love Bomberman. It is a fantastic puzzle style of game, and it's one of those again where when I'm just I'm sitting and I just want to play something that isn't going to require a massive amount of my time and my commitment, I play things like this. It's great for playing with friends as well. Another cel-shaded Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. I don't know much about this one, but it is a game that I'm going to play at some point very, very soon, because I love Zelda games, especially the handheld ones, because it's just so easy to pick up and play. Oh, one of my Christmas presents to myself, Aliens Infestation. This game is amazing. If you love the Alien franchise, then you will probably love playing this game. This is a Metroidvania style of game set in the Aliens world, and it's also a bit of a run and gun at the same time, but it's closer to Metroid Prime and Castlevania than it is to, say, something like Metal Slug. I've had great fun with it so far, but I can tell you that it is very, very challenging. And another little Christmas present to myself, because I like to do that, even though I buy games all through the year. The World Ends With You. This is a Square Enix game which I kept on seeing on people's recommendation lists, and I don't know much about it apart from what I've seen on other people's videos on YouTube. But I decided when I saw it in one of my local stores, because it's one of those that's quite sought after, at the price that it was at, I thought I better get it now before it becomes one of those games later on down the line that's worth hundreds of pounds. Oh, we're keeping it in the realms of classic games. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. When I found out this had got a release on the DS and the Wii, I was like, I need to give that a play, because those are the types of systems that you could imagine would be suited to the old point and click style of games. It makes sense, yeah. Using the little pointer for the DS or the little magic wand for the Wii is very similar to using a mouse to point and click. This is one of my favorite point and click adventure series of all time. It's an amazing game. This is the very first game that was released, and then for the DS it got a director's cut version, so there's a lot of added content to this that was taken out of the original release when it was released on PC. If you like your point and click games and you've never played this series, go and get it now. It's very cheap also. The new Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm currently playing this game. I'm playing it in short bursts. Again, like I've already said, it's just a game I'll play in between playing other games. I absolutely love it. It's just so much fun. One that I don't see pop up regular, and it's one that I'm sure a lot of people will see this game and think, what the heck is this? This is Hoshigami. It was originally released on the PlayStation 1. I don't think it ever made it to Europe, and it was released elsewhere by Atlas. This game, I've heard, is the game that came before the PlayStation 2 game, come into my head very quickly, Stella Deus, or Deus, or however it's pronounced. Stella Deus, or Deus, is believed to be the spiritual successor to the Hoshigami series and the game that they were trying to make back in the day. So this is it's a tactical JRPG, and it is very similar to lots of games that you've probably already played, so I don't need to explain more than that. Think things like Tactics Org, Final Fantasy Tactics, and you're on the right track. Again, lots of people know about this series, Dragon Quest. This is Dragon Quest 9, Sentinels of the Starry Sky. I'm yet to get into the Dragon Quest series. I have a few games on different systems, and it is one of those that I really want to play, but I know how much commitment it's going to take. So it's kind of like when I start a series like this, I really have to dedicate myself to it, and I just have so many others that I'm playing at the moment. So at some point. Mario and Luigi, Dream Team Bros. Like the other Mario and Luigi games, already explained, I don't know a lot about these games, but they seem like games that will be a lot of fun to play. Luigi's Mansion 2. I never got around to owning a copy of Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, so I never got around to playing it. This one, I will, I'll commit to it at some point. Final Fantasy III. This is a complete remake of Final Fantasy III for the Nintendo DS. I don't believe it was released anywhere else apart from on mobile devices. I just have a soft spot for Final Fantasy. As you already know, I have lots of Final Fantasy games, and I also get frustrated when I play some of them because some of them just are boring. They are just so boring because it just takes so long to get through and they just drag. But I'm still persistent and determined to play as many of them as I can. Trauma Center, Under the Knife. I've explained, the experience that I've had with these games on the Nintendo Wii. Really only picked them up because of Atlas being on the cover. And, the games that at some point, just some point I'll persevere. It seems that because you're using the stylus with the DS, it's a little bit easier to get through the surgical procedures than it is trying to use a Wii remote. Another one from Mario and Luigi. This is Bowser's Inside Story, and from what I've read about it so far, Bowser swallows you up and then you got to go on a journey inside of Bowser. Sounds good. Come back into focus. There we go. Another one that I picked up because of Atlas. It's a series that I wasn't aware of until I got a 3DS. This is Etrian Odyssey, and this is number 4 in a series that's got many releases on the handhelds. Legends of the Titan. It is, from what I've played and read about this game so far, a dungeon crawler, but in the new style of dungeon crawling. Again, no introduction is needed. Resident Evil, The Mercenaries 3D. I don't know much about the game, but what I've figured is that this is like a compilation of all of the mercenary games from older games. That's the way it seems to be. Anyways, you can correct us if I'm wrong, in the 3D style. I'm not really that interested in playing it at the minute. I love Resident Evil, but with some of the Resident Evils, the later Resident Evils, right up until, well, we'll say in between 4 and the newer one, 7, there was a lot of poor releases. So we'll see how it goes. And this was another little Christmas treat to myself. 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, from the Zero Escape series, a series of games that I've only just recently become familiar with. This was on a lot of people's recommendation lists, and again, it's one of those games that at some point it's probably going to be such a collector's piece that the price just goes beyond what I want to pay for a game like this. It's sort of murder mystery adventure with point and click elements. And another one from the same series. You can see the little gas mask dude at the top, which signifies that they're from the same series. This is Virtue's Last Reward. Don't need to say much because I've pretty much just explained what type of games these are, apart from this one's in 3D, of course. Star Fox 64 3D. This is a remake of Star Fox 64 from the Nintendo 64. Star Fox is just one of those games I never, ever had any interest in playing whatsoever. But I decided to keep this one because I am interested in seeing how games play in 3D on the 3DS. Which is also why I picked up this one. Resident Evil Revelations. I didn't know that it actually started on the 3DS and then was ported elsewhere. I played this on the Xbox 360. I wasn't impressed with the game at all. I've played it on the 3DS a little bit, and I can say that in 3D it is a much better looking game, and it does make me want to play more of it. This was on recommendation lists. Let me just quickly think if I can remember where I first saw it. One of the guys I watch on YouTube who isn't making videos a lot at the moment. Man, I've forgotten his name. I'll leave a link in the description anyways because he makes some amazing videos, especially about handheld systems. Yeah, I saw it on this guy's video who I can't remember right now. and when I saw the 3D effects, I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. It's cheap enough to pick up, so there we go. I'll finish it at some point. Project X Zone. I saw this again on the same guy's videos, and I was just like, what the hell is this? This is like, it's Bandai Namco and Capcom collides in some weird beat 'em up style of game, beat 'em up brawler with some crazy ass story. So many different characters pairing up together. It's just nuts. I only played a small amount and I was just like, God, this is so boggling to the mind. I'm going to have to commit myself to this like when I've got no distractions. It's absolutely bonkers. I am going to pick up Project X Zone 2 as well at some point. The guy's channel I think is Games of War. I think that's who it is. I'll leave a link anyways. So more Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time 3D, another Nintendo 64 game remade for the 3DS. I never played the original one. No, tell a lie. I did play the original one, but I played the ports to the GameCube, and I only played a little bit of it. I've played a little bit of this one, and it looks amazing with the 3D effects cranked up to the fullest. I am going to finish this at some point. And the same can be said of the next one, which is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, another remake of a Nintendo 64 classic. I never played this one back in the day, didn't play any of it at all. I started playing it on the 3DS, and I can tell you, just like Ocarina of Time, with the 3D effects cranked up, it looks amazing. I will finish this one also. Sonic Generations, played a small amount. It is what you can expect from a Sonic game. It has a mix of old and new Sonic, and it is very fast paced, sometimes a little bit too fast for my older eyes these days. I've kept it just out of nostalgia really because I played a lot of Sonic when I was younger. Sega Mega Drive and Sega Master System, excuse me, were the popular systems locally anyways for me when I was growing up. So it's one of those, I'll just pop it in every now and again, just for a bit of nostalgia. And this is a game that I'm actually playing at the moment, Fire Emblem Awakening. It's not the first Fire Emblem game that I've played, because I did play one on an emulation, one of the older Super Nintendo ones. But this is the first one that I've actually sat down and committed myself to. I'm quite a way into it. I can't remember how many hours, 40 plus hours or so. It's a massive game. It's a tactical RPG, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot of story. It's quite a good story as well. It's not one of those boring ones that just drags. Very unique game, for me anyways. I don't believe I played a game like this before, where there are so many different classes that you can swap between your army. Like, they can start off with one class and then you can swap to another one. You can keep leveling up. There's all kinds of different weapons. You can build friendships within the game. People can die. There's permadeath. You can switch it on. You can switch it off. There's so many unique elements to this game. I was just blown away when I started playing it. And again, in 3D, it looks fantastic. I'm committed to finishing this game. And I will pick up the rest of the Fire Emblem games on the 3DS before. Again, those go to just astronomical prices, which I'm sure they will, because it's one of those that in recent times a lot more people have started to become aware of how good the games are. We're down to the last two. Phantasy Star Zero. Only played a small amount of it so far. I don't really like the way that it looks, but it's like Dragon Quest. It's a series of games that I have a lot of and I really want to get into, but I know just the time and commitment that I need to put into them. So not yet. I almost sold this game, but something told us not to. I have a feeling that this is going to become a collector's piece. If you played this game, let me know. Is it worth keeping, or should I just get rid of it? My heart says that I should keep it, and my head says I should just sell it now. And for the final game, we have Luna Genesis. I'm currently playing Luna on the PSP, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And from what I've read about this game, it is not the same, and it actually caused a lot of uproar when it was released, because a lot of the game mechanics were changed, and in the opinion of some, it made the game not playable. But, you know, I've had a lot of fun with Luna on the PSP, so I picked this up really cheap, and I thought, well, it's worth a try, yeah? We can only see. So that's the last one of my current 3DS and DS video game collection. I think the next collection I'm going to go through is the PS2, because I have some stories to share, shall we say. I've been downsizing that collection recently, and I'm sure some people will be shocked at one or two of the games that I've sold recently. But hey ho, that's for another video. Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for liking videos, for subscribing and commenting. I do get back to people when they leave comments. I do like interacting with people. That's why I have an Instagram page as well as a YouTube page. I love talking games as much as I love playing games. So keep up the interactions, and I'll see you, or you'll see me, or you'll hear me voice, and I'll be talking in another video soon.